The Antidote first book, you're writing, that's a weekend book, and now you're allegedly possibly working on a sequel. So what does that look like during a pandemic? How do you keep your focus when, especially last year, when all these positive things we're talking about hadn't yet come to pass? And, we don't know how the history book's going to turn out. We have no idea what's going to happen. How do you quiet that madness down long enough to get some words on the page?
Yeah, that's super interesting. And that probably also comes from being a doctor, right? So some people are able to think about this right now and think about this right now and think about this right now. And of course, when you're a doctor, bad things can happen. And then you have to go right on to help somebody else right after that sometimes. And so you do get some training in how to think about something later. There's a place and a time to think about this, and it's not right now. And so as we retired, COVID, we were well into COVID when my husband and I retired, and it had been planned for a year ahead. It just happened to come in the middle of COVID, which was very unusual. But as I was thinking for this whole year, planning my retirement, I was thinking of being home all alone, doing my writing all alone. My husband has wonderful hobbies and he can keep entertained for a long time. And so that's how I envisioned it. But that is not what happened in any way, stretch, or form. So we had the kid come home from college, and we have a high schooler still, and everybody needed a computer. Everybody needed a space. Everybody needed internet. And everybody's hours were completely different when they were eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. It was, and this story played out, across the whole world. Everybody had to deal with this, as did we. So my story is not unique, but it was not how I envisioned spending my lovely, leisurely, newly retired doctorate writing days. But then things settled out, and we sent our kid back to college. And the high school kid. So at first then I thought, okay, I'll get up. We used to get up before 6 and get to the hospital after sometime between 7 and 7:15. But now we sleep in. So we sleep until about 7. So I thought, okay, from 7 to about noon when the kid has lunch, that's when I'll do my writing. And that was great. But then he would go back to class till 3 o'clock. I thought, well, I can keep writing. So then it was 7, small 20-minute break for lunch, and then keep writing till 3 o'clock. And then he had homework and crew practice. They do single sculls now, so it's very safe. He had to pivot from the big boat to the single scull. So he's all by himself out there. Okay, but he had crew practice. So then he wouldn't be home till like 6. Okay, well, why can't I write from 7 in the morning till 6 at night? So this is what happened for a bit. It was so exciting. I actually finished that project. That was the first draft, of a story, and so I finished that project. And that enthusiasm quickly waned when now I was finding plot holes and had to put in hyphens and words and get out all the adverbs and make it active voice, not passive. That excitement to write from 7 till 6 quickly went away. But that was how I did it for a bit when I was in that first stage bit after retiring.
That's incredible training. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, if you've got to put all of the whatever happened the day before that was good, bad, different, put that aside and focus on the now. Your brain's pre-trained. You and other medical workers are uniquely trained to write in a way that a lot of other writers were maybe caught flat-footed. Because I know I had my own adventure with trying to focus, and I've got several writing friends, some of whom quit completely, some of whom wrote like they've never written before because let me block out the world and just do this, and I'll catch up on all the bad news later. Which I think of the two strategies might be a little bit of a better one, but that's my bias toward productivity.